tokens, but hey, Mina was well represented.
Yes, well represented, and they're definitely coming in here with that chip on their shoulder. As you can see, Bruno behind Team Secret, well aware of what his team is about to go up against. And of course, Cresper back there behind Rule 1 as we go ahead and get into the game in short order. I think if I had to take my best guess, I will favor Rule 1, and I think I might do it in 3, believe it or not.
Ooh,
I think they would win.
Expecting the sweep?
I think they can win the 3v3s, and I think they've got the chops in the 2v2 or the 1v1.
Sam and well, Chorby in particular is gonna have some hands, or sorry, some words. Also some hands for you.
Please no.
Please. Well, he's very far away, but Rule 1, they're right here, and they're looking to see if they can sweep, but Team Secret can't underestimate that, can't sleep on them, because they've had that warm-up match, and we just saw how much of an edge that's given teams in the past. But we watch as Killers. I want to call him Killer because that's what he does. And look, Team Secret just dead as Rojas cleans up.
This is interesting. I think we may have a pause. This goal might come off the board because all of Team Secret did just stop playing there.
I did see that.
So,
I thought it was like...
Yeah, there we're going to have a pause. Not sure exactly what the issue was. Clearly, in the time I've been doing Rocket League Esports Lemon on live events, the most common thing that I've ever heard is some type of strange audio issue. But it appears that no, we will play on. Pause? Oh, okay. I was about to say, hold on. The attack, and they've got one of the grossest, most dangerous counterattacks I have ever seen out of any team. As we do get back into the game, we kept the time off the clock. We did not just do a full restart, but the goal did come off the board.
All right, starting from scratch. Team Secret happy about that, and almost Rule 1 just going back to the script, deja vu, but having to work a little bit harder now that you actually have players to play against.
First, that spirit of competition or whatever.
Ooh, that's it, right? Yeah, there it is.
Great press here from Mawson. Of course, Rojas, look at him get all the way to the back post. We kind of saw that in the 1v1 earlier, right? Sadness actually positioned pretty well to try and take that one away, but just not able to get enough forces as Karma's at the dead standstill on the back wall there. And Mawson just came through, dunked it in his face.
Rule 1 back to what they originally intended. Killers trying to drop this off, forcing the attention of Team Secret to defend that back wall. But now that Rule 1 had to head back for boost, you have Team Secret with a bit of freedom to move forward, and the pass to Sad, barely saved by Killers.
That's what I'm talking about. Against most teams in the world, you see that ball go in the back of the net, and somehow Rule 1 in every facet of the game just seems to find a way out in the most unlikeliest of circumstances. There's a nice 50 in the midfield, actually a free ball. Knight there for the save. Sadness forced to float it down. Here's the shot to the back post, and it will be kept out. Huge stop from Sadness in his own defensive heroic stand.
And with Team Secret's backs against the wall, it came from stop after stop, and K1 just nose down. Wanted to just keep that teed up for his team. Team Secret come up with nothing after all that effort, but you demo Rule 1, so you deny that opportunity. KV1 sailing away. It's kind of bumped off, but it goes right to Team Secret, who drive it home.
Cheeky idea here from Rule 1. You see KV1 going for the air dribble. Rojas, that's a nice challenge. Unfortunately, the 50, I mean, it's more trying to just take KV1 off the ball than it is actually trying to win the challenge, right? And unfortunately, that bump ends up just accelerating the ball faster than his teammates can cover it up. Team Secret there to jump all over it. Nice adjustment from Team Secret.
Yeah, great adaptation when you get bumped off the ball and you're still able to complete the pass. Maybe a bit of luck sprinkled in there. Don't need luck for this one, but maybe Rule 1 got it. What a save, ditched off the post. There's a counterattack with one of them. With those offensive members demoed there by Knight, and Team Secret have been good at using that physicality to just kind of disrupt Rule 1's push.
Nice demos from Rojas, opening up a lot of space to work with on the defensive side here for Rule 1. Yes, they're being pressed, but they're making sure to make Secret approach the ball from very far away, and it's giving them a lot of breathing room to find a way out, and they do just that. Rojas just goes the length of the field.
And he pops it up at the last second when the defender thought he had the
Two?
read.
3, he just 1v3'd them.
Don't need this guy in ones. Put him in threes because he can just 1v3 everybody. One of the exciting players to watch. I'm excited. It's only been 2 minutes that I've been casting him.
Sometimes.
Only up by 1 though.
Some players
Sometimes.
are just not fair. You're just so good. Rojas is definitely one of those people.
I just didn't even know that also twins on the team. The synergy is there since a long time, and Killier has proven that right. 3-1.
Great shot here from Killiers. Mawson, nice 50, just containing Knight. Actually loved how he changed the timing of that 50. Really got Knight to bite on thinking he was going to have to take an aggressive challenge there, and he just got right outside the line of the ball and just kept it in line for Killiers to come through and smash one into the net.
Rule 1 just starting to ramp up. Dangerous cross there, but Team Secret stabilizing, at least trying to, when they're not getting taken out by demos. Killer's keeping it to the corner. Not the second touch he wanted, but possession Rule 1 can fight for back. Team Secret taking their time, and Mawson slowing down the reinforcements of Team Secret with the bumps in the midfield. Rule 1 robbed the ball back. Killier is just trying to get that second touch above Knight. Team Secret getting better with the reads, though.
That physicality from Rule 1 is playing a big dividend in this game as well. It's always seeming to find that demo on the... Oh, never mind. KV1. I think Mawson got a little bit scared here of the physicality coming back his way. He is under pressure. You can see Knight there up in front, just going right in front of the ball. It forces Mawson to air roll backwards and take the challenge a little bit later. KV1 just keeps outside the line, just as Mawson did earlier, and goes right through him.
To have the awareness of that opportunity and how much speed you needed to use to catch Rule 1 off guard, KV1 keeping Team Secret anchored in the game. But Rule 1, their pressure seems immeasurable. The way that they just stop Team Secret. Well, now it's Team Secret using a few demos, I believe, and KV1's taken out for the moment. Team Secret just trying to recover and stabilize. Rojas. Oh, this is going to drop in front of the net. No, a little bit to the right.
Oh, boy.
Team Secret thankful of that. A lot of demos.
It's a scrapyard out here. This is crazy for the last 30 seconds.
Rule 1 working that to their advantage, though. Killer is getting past everybody yet again. 21 seconds and Rule 1 are up.
Didn't even use all the boost to do it. Had 90 in the tank, and look at him just float forever. And one little touch to get over the last man. Rule 1 able to squeeze through and keep Team Secret at a huge disadvantage. Massive insurance goal there with under 30. Maybe number 3. Not this time. Killiers will confirm. GG. No read. Go next.
Yeah, Senna just overwhelmed. No friends to be found. Got ruined off the kickoff. And Rule 1 with a very strong start. Where Secret, the chance there, the kryptonite might have been 3s. You're a bit worried about going to 1s or 2s against Rule 1, where I don't know if Team Secret want to opt for the 2s. Just not wanting to lock yourself in a room with Rojas in a 1v1. So we'll see what they opt for, but a commanding start for Rule 1, 5-2.
Excellent start. Very physical. As I mentioned, they were able to find a lot of those demos on the supporting players for Team Secret. And the important thing about it is it was the player that was going to be next on the ball. It wasn't the deep third who was just playing coverage. It was the guy who's the immediate follow-up more often than not. And that was making it very difficult for Team Secret to generate any type of consistent pressure. And Team Secret actually took that and started trying to adapt it as that game 1 went on. They said, look, you're going to come hit us. We're going to come hit you. And that started to equalize things out. But then when that chaos reigned, you can see just the mechanical ability from anybody on that Rule 1 team, able to flex the muscles and get the job done and put that game away in fine fashion.
Yeah, Rule 1, the demos were very valuable. I think just having to reset, restructure, reassess the situation for Team Secret cost them seconds, cost them space, where it wasn't easy to clear against Rule 1. And even when you would try to counterattack or do anything on the green side of the field, Rule 1 are bumping you, taking the ball just immediately. There is no pressure play that Team Secret can really build up. But this is a tough team, and I don't think it's easy to pressure a team like Rule 1.
So crazy surprise here. Team Secret has in fact opted for the 1v1, and I'm trying to confirm if it will be versus Moss. Okay, it is versus Rojas. I was about to say, it initially was put through that it was Mawson, and I was like, no way they picked Mawson for the 1v1 when they've got Rojas on their team, but it is in fact Rojas versus KV1. An opportunity to see if that consistent challenge game that we saw from KV1 earlier will be able to get the job done against Rojas.
Yeah, KV1 had a close call against Cheese, 5-4, but
oh boy,
this is a whole new beast. Rojas with the first goal.
KV1 wants the corner boost, thinking about how to challenge, and Rojas is just like, look, man, you can't come at me like that. I'm just gonna go to the net.
I think you look at KV1, if he's feeling it, he's feeling confident. Everyone in this hype video was like, oh, Rojas, king of ones. Couple other names mentioned.
He's pretty good.
Respect towards KV1, of course. But hey, he's able to have an answer back.
There's that challenge game again. You can kind of see Rojas doesn't get the best touch there, and he knew that dismount was so awkward. So he just puts himself right in front of the center of the ball and says, you are not 50ing this one through me.
Close match so far. First time we get to see Rojas in ones, at least in this tournament. When you get to play a threes match, it's a good warm-up as KV1 raced back after the corner boost and couldn't get a hand on it, at least a stiff enough hand.
And Rojas just knew. He knew he was going to absolutely crush him on that 50. I mean, he didn't even try and use any extra boost, really. He's like, okay, I just go and get on the outside of the ball, and it should go in.
Small lead for Rojas is kind of wait to see what KV1's cooking, respecting that space. Parry there from KV1, flicking it above, looking for the bump, doesn't get it. Rojas, now it's his turn to tango. KV1 rotating for boost, trying to cut to the left side. Now Rojas stealing the ball right back. KV1 just patrols.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to read the play and stifles the ball, but it's Rojas with the recovery.
This is disgusting. He sees KV1 give him the space, and look at that soft hit. He scares KV1 to the ends of the earth. He says, boy, I'm about to pump one top of the net. And he gets KV1 to jump on a touch that goes about 3 miles an hour. And that control from Rojas was just beautiful.
Now, 2 unanswered goals by Rojas after KV1 was able to answer, and he keeps the gap in goals small, just winning that challenge on an angle. This stuffs us in easy.
Big 50. You like to see that aggression from KV1. He's keeping himself in it, and it would not be the craziest win here if KV1 won, as we saw already in the 1v1 side of things. Just because you're one of the best does not mean you are guaranteed victory. KV1 keeping himself in the game.
Full boost, side flip. Rojas just gets stuck on the net there, so KV1 has the ball yet again, trying to dangle, trying to break his ankles. Nothing yet for KV1. Back to his half, forced to ignore the boost and go back for the ball. Didn't want to give too much freedom, so good awareness for KV1. Almost got scored on there.
Ooh, whoops, a little bit of a miss. That's okay. Maybe it'll just draw KV1 in, and they'll be able to take advantage of some extra space, but KV1 immediately pulling off and immediately overcommitting and able to recover.
Hey, stop after stop. But now KV1 demoed, so Rojas can breathe for a second. See if he can get a shot in, but KV1 should be able to dive in. What a position.
You love to see him. Look, he shows this flick. He's going to jump, and he says, look, it's going to the back post, and he recorrects and gets back behind the center of the ball. He shows that he's going to hit the musty into the top corner, and then he just commits to the bottom right of the net. I mean, Rojas, it's just gross.
The read on that angle, knowing where the challenge was going to be coming from and how to direct the ball to the destination he intended all along. Rojas just one of the best for a reason. KV1 has been in his shadow though, and he has the ball. bounce a little bit tough though, and Rojas spots that moment of weakness. KV1 doesn't have any boost, so this is free.
Yep, unfortunate reality of the 1v1 game sometimes. You just both have to take a 50 with no boost, and it definitely favors Rojas. He did a really nice job there, just managing that 50. Nothing too special to say about it, and KV1 knew he was conceding right there.
All going into the second half, KV1 has a lot of work yet to do, and if the kickoffs are gonna go this way, it's not gonna get any better.
Brutal. Again. Oh. I would love to see or ask him what he looks for on a kickoff. Where does Rojas look when he goes for a kickoff? How is he analyzing what people approach? Like, how does he manage the timing? Because a lot of the 1v1 game comes into the kickoff, and we've heard in, oh my goodness gracious, that's just in. Okay. Okay.
It's the pain train with no stops. KV1 doing his best. You know, these aren't completely open unless it's like a weird kickoff challenge win from Rojas. So KV1 is present, just like I was present in math class, and how much more present you were. So
oh, we got
what a
one
placement
back.
there too.
All right. Happy to see it come back at least a little bit. Get an equally viable kickoff W that Rojas just got. But 2 minutes, 4 goals. I suppose it's doable. The biggest thing that KV1 really has to manage, which is normally his strength, is the challenge game, and he is just getting dunked on in that regard. This is tough.
The last 3 kickoffs now have gone Rojas' way, and it's tough. There is no kind of backup plan. Backup plan being a second man, a third man, anybody to salvage a kickoff that doesn't go your way. So Rojas dominating in that regard, and that 1 or 2 goal lead has increased. Looking a little bit out of hand. Plenty of time though. KV1 just at least won the kickoff and has a chance to score, and he does.
Really nice play here from KV1 in the corner. He's got 60 boost. He gives the fake challenge to say, look, you can get it over my head, but immediately pulled off. Caught Rojas with a weak clear and no boost. Instantly punished him for it. Great little misdirection there from KV1.
Oh, okay, kickoff win for Rojas, but KV1 had a quicker recovery there to not just go through for free. Now KV1 with good control. Rojas with patience that pays off. Oh, but Rojas comes off the ball. No easy shot towards the net. It's a battle. KV1 down low, couldn't fake it out against Rojas.
I like the idea. Oh, and he just gets beat back the other way. That's the unfortunate reality when you're down 4 goals and only a minute left. You have to make some of these risky challenges. You saw him try and go for a little clever idea, go for the quick low shot, maybe angle it towards the back post and see if you catch Rojas trying to turn into one and maybe sneak through. And then as soon as you realize that he didn't bite on it, you have to immediately cycle back through and try and challenge him on the sidewall. And the timing just works out too well in the other guy's favor. And KV1 gives up another one trying to make something happen.
Hey, switching things up, you know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, lose more?
Exactly.
A loss is a loss. You might as well have fun with it. Get yourself all warmed up for the next one. Minute, I mean, it's obviously mathematically doable. KV1 had a real shot there. And it's just almost dunks him. How did Rojas save that? And he scores off of that. What?
Man, that's just disgusting. How do you keep that out of the net? And then KV1 tries to pull the same trick earlier, go for the fake challenge, and Rojas just eats him up. That's tough.
Oh man, 10-4. Haven't seen a scoreline like that since Daniel. Rojas proving that he is just gonna be the
11.
final boss when it comes to that. Okay, beating Daniel's high score soon here, 11-4.
Cool. Very nice. And it's like that's how you know, right? It's like you saw KV1 or a Chronic, more accurately, a Chronic versus Daniel, right? You remember that match? That was a great match. And a Chronic knew he didn't want to give Daniel anything, so he started playing keep away, right? The Chronic's like, you know what? There's still a world where I could lose this. Rojas is just out here dunking KV1 because he can. He does not mind if he gives anything back because he's that confident. He's like, nah, I'm still going to play the 1v1 even if I'm up 8 with 30 seconds. I'm not going to run the clock down. I'm just playing it out because I can.
Just extend the pain.
He's
Maybe his friends are getting snacks or something. So, yeah, that's high score beat when it comes to B stream ones. Rojas, you get a trophy made out of my imagination.
Gold medal. For
But the way that he wins, just all the kickoffs, like Rojas' prowess in ones, just feels like his recoveries on the 50s of those kickoffs.
13?
Like KV1 gave up a lot from that, and now KV1 maybe gets one back if he can readjust this right.
Nasty bounce. Ugh, the world just isn't fair sometimes.
Yeah.
No. 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 All right, 13. Unlucky 13.
The high score.
That might be the highest score for the whole tournament for sure. What a display.
All right. 13-4 puts Rule 1 on match point, going back to threes for our potentially final game to see who will go up to the upper bracket final against version 1.
You know, that was a tough one. Team Secret, it did kind of feel like a no-win situation right there in the 1v1 or the 2. Excuse me, sorry. So they took their best bet, and unfortunately for them, they just could not figure out a way to get through the powerhouse that was Rojas in the 1v1 department. That was tough. But it felt like their best chance at it.
Yeah, just the lead just slowly inching Rojas' way, where it was a little bit back and forth within 1 or 2 goals. Always winnable, but...
Always winnable until it absolutely wasn't.
It's always winnable until you're getting stopped. So you go back to threes, just obviously suiting Team Secret a lot better there.
Yes, the threes is definitely the most likely environment for Secret to find a win here, so... Good opportunity, and who knows, you know, maybe they can find a way in the 2v2, because even then, if you know 1v1 was a bust, you think, well, okay, give a little bit of extra support, maybe 2v2 goes a little bit better, but don't overthink it. You got to win the next 5 minutes here in 3v3 first.
Yeah, and just an update on the A stream. K-Corp and FaZe facing off right now in a game 2 of Vatira versus First Killer, and FaZe are playing Chrome, one of their substitutes, so that's all I've been hearing about on social media.
Yep.
So
they signed Chrome as their coach for the World Championship, and then they said, guys, we're playing with Chrome at Gamers8, so big R Gomez is back.
Nice. Well, don't worry, y'all, we'll throw you to the mainstream. This is the last match of B stream, but stay tuned, because we almost had that reverse sweep by Team Liquid just not long ago. So you always want to wait for a series to end. Rojas, though, he's been just dominating both threes and ones. What can he not do?
What can he not do sometimes feels like the question indeed. But right now, Secret seemingly stabilized here in the 3v3, at least initially. Can they find a way forward? They poke one right back down the middle, and KV1 just a step behind it. Clears off the ceiling to himself and should be easily handled by a retreating Sadness. Austin
at least forces Team Secret back. Isn't gonna let them move up for free either. Just always challenging, even if it doesn't net them possession, even if it doesn't really do much. It's just so annoying for Team Secret to get through. They haven't had a push where they're undisrupted. They're just always getting pushed around, the ball stolen, challenged every second of the way. KV1 almost sneaks it by. I don't even know how Rule 1 saved that.
Rojas just figured out that shot was actually headed back post. The guy just processes information so fast that he let that play develop on his goal line. Absolute insanity.
Oh man, well the challenge papers Rule 1 has, and I don't even know how Team Secret are saving this. My eyes can barely keep up, but their hands surely can with how many stops we've had. 0-0. Team Secret won't go down without a fight. Now hoping to control this left side, but Killiers getting past all of them. Team Secret need to control Rule 1 a bit better. It's just so much freedom You can really tell who's manipulating this match. It's Rule with all the physicality they bring.
But still tied up. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it doesn't matter if you're getting crushed. If you're within one or tied, you're in the game. But Rojas will give them advantage here with an authoritative dunk into the net.
All 3 players involved in that play, I believe, and just Rule 1, when they do go for these challenges, they're also quicker on the recovery and the follow-up. And especially in these dangerous areas, like, I don't know, near Team Secret's net, it's just something Team Secret can't afford. And there is Rojas almost sneaking that one in, double tap, not enough space. Hilliers is confident enough to always stand in Team Secret's face, but they go up into the sky where Rule 1 aren't. That mistouch from Team Secret gives the ball back to Rule 1.
Ooh, and Kaliers with a lot of space to work with here in the midfield. Unfortunately, not able to turn it into anything. Aggressive follow through from Mawson. And that might actually end up backfiring as it's Team Secret who start the counterattack. Knight turned aside at the goal line, and you can just see Rule 1. They knew the only place they were stopping that attack was on the net. And they instantly headed that direction and made that defense look a lot easier than it was.
Ooh, Knight looking for the bump. Doesn't get it. Rule 1 sticking to the ground, saving it just in time. Team Secret throwing some shots in, but it's on the back wall. It's KV1 just tries to stop the clear, but Rojas makes the space. He's 1v3 before. KV1 puts a stop to that.
What do you do when you need one if you're Team Secret? You might need a little bit of that old South American attacking flair where it is full send regardless of the situation. That might be the only way I can see them outpacing Rule 1 on the defensive side of things right now.
All right, Team Secret have only need 1, maybe 2. 1 minute is doable. But you've made Rule 1 really have to sweat for this compared to how Game 1's threes went.
Man.
Knight couldn't cut that in time.
Yeah, there was no way for him to. It got around that corner so fast with a pinch around it. And Rojas just waiting there in the box. Just there's no possible way they were getting that ball around him. He was positioned so well.
Yeah. Team Secret just haven't been able to just safely, comfortably move down the field and even just keep the ball long enough to maybe get a second shot in. You just have to go for the first opportunity with how little time you have to react against a team like Rule 1, where it's just relentless on their offenses. Their defense don't let you relax, and now you've killed this ball right in front of the net. At least you had time to react, and Rule 1 still putting shots in, and you saw in the ones match, they're gonna make you feel defeat.
Yep, 20 seconds, and they're just taking whatever Team Secret gives them, be it a half chance or full-on open nets. This was a wonderful display of command from Rule 1, start to finish. Game 1 in the driver's seat, 1v1 definitely in the driver's seat. Game 3, driver's seat. That was, we came to play, we came to make everybody sit down, unplug the controller and say, GG, you win, and just move on with our day. That was domination from Rule 1.
Whew. Right out in their first match, too. We had only teased the potential weakness any team can have playing their first match, but the land nerves wouldn't hit when you're obviously playing on home turf. You don't have any jet lag to deal with, and you have a sort of hunger from how Worlds didn't end your way, and I don't think even they would expect to lose to a team like Crew, but that's who ended their journey, and doesn't seem like Team Secret are going to be the ones to end that today. Rule 1 will be facing off against Version 1 tomorrow in the upper bracket.